Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope that you're doing well. There's just a little bit of housekeeping that I have to tell you about, which is that I've already had someone try to impersonate me on my TikTok page, or rather through TikTok, and I've since blocked them, but they downloaded some a large portion of my videos and posed as somebody else. So I just want you to remember to always keep yourselves and your money safe. I will never ever reach out to solicit for anything. I do offer the readings, but they're through my Buy Me a Coffee page, which is listed on this in YouTube, in my description box, sorry, my About section. So I don't want you to click on anything else if you're interested in getting a reading from me, and I'll never reach out first. And all of these readings on YouTube are free, so nobody should be asking you for anything. So I just want you to be aware of that, and please let me know if you come across anybody who is impersonating me, and I'll try to handle it. My Instagram page is verified, so you'll see the little blue check mark by my name on Instagram as well. So after this unpleasantness, and now we move on to your reading, Leo. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The Elemental Oracle for the overall energy, and the Way of the Panda Tarot for your tarot reading. This is just a bonus reading to check in with Leo and see what's going on, just to take a temperature of what's going on with Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Thank you. One of my favorites from this deck just came out. Number 2, which corresponds to the High Priestess card in the Major Arcana of the Tarot, talking about being very, very intuitive, very psychic. The words are adventure, and the direction is south. Truly one of my absolute favorite cards in this deck. It just elicits so many memories for me of films about science fiction and space exploration and memory that all come up when I look at this image. I did a pretty profound reading right when I started my channel last year. Near the beginning, I did a Pisces reading that featured this card that I will never ever forget. You know, I do so many readings that sometimes I channel, so like sometimes I don't even remember what I said, but I remembered this reading. For you today, it's looking as similar to what I saw in this card before, of portal energy and that figure there with the red umbrella. Kind of, there could be some part of you that is moving into some great beyond, right? Moving homes, moving jobs, moving out of situations that no longer serve you. But it's almost as if we're taking like one last look behind us. One last look behind us. And we're going on the great adventure, but we're going to turn back towards what used to be home one last time. And there's like a little bit of sadness to that, not going to lie. It just feels a little melancholy. And some signs are not comfortable with melancholy. I'm a water sign, so of course I'm comfortable with melancholy. But, you know, I don't see it as lasting forever, but it's that just turning turning back one last time that just really gets to you. Spirit is showing me the scene from the movie The Graduate. The Graduate that was made in the 60s? I want to say it was the 60s. I think so. With Dustin Hoffman. I only saw that movie like maybe once or twice, so I don't remember the whole plot. I mean, he falls in love with this girl and then he kind of lusts after her mom. And at the end of the film, I mean, I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody, but there's just this moment where he looks out of a bus window and he looks back one last time, and I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing an image from a dream that I had of myself. I am a twin flame, and I had a dream about my twin, that I was getting into this cab and he was chasing the cab, and I looked out the window one last time, right? So that's why, you know, there's this little bit of melancholy there, and it's, I think, worth exploring on your part. Spirit wants me to say that it's worth exploring, right? Perhaps that is part of the adventure. And now I'm seeing ever so slightly this eye here. That eye, I'd never noticed that before. It always just looked like portal energy, but I see an eye. Or some people would say, don't look back. Somehow it's important that you do. Part of, it's not to go back in time, but it's more to look at the past as a lesson. There's something. So, okay. Umbrellas in tarot traditionally represent protection from spirit. The next time you pray or meditate or take a big long walk, and you find yourself reminiscing, I want you to imagine a scenario, I don't know why that was so long, where that memory, like imagine like the most difficult thing that you've gone through. You look back on that one last time and try to imagine that spirit was right there in the room with you, or wherever you were, right? Imagine that spirit was standing right next to you in the most difficult moment of your life, because they want to tell me that they were, and they want you to look back on that knowing that they were with you and supporting you through that moment. And it may not have felt like that, of course, because you were suffering, you were grieving, you were crying, you were angry, whatever emotion that you were experiencing, maybe all of those. Spirit wants you to kind of do this exercise and imagine that spirit was there with you. And when you do that, try to look at that memory in a different light. Because you're not there anymore. You're not in that space anymore. You've grown up. You've grown away from, matured, endured, persevered. So you're not the same person that you were yesterday, and you're certainly not the same person you were at the time of whatever event this is describing or you're thinking of. Imagine spirit in the room with you in that moment. And how does that change the way that you look at that moment? It might make you angry, honestly. How could Spirit have possibly been in there in that moment with me when they saw me suffering? When they saw the other person in that moment suffering, how could Spirit let that happen, right? Well, part of the experience of being a human being is not just the joy, but it's also the adversity. So a lot of that is coming in for you right now. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. And at the end, we'll get some advice from Spirit. This is a bonus reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, just to take a temperature on what is going on for Leo. So 2 extra cards came out, pretty powerful. It's kind of what it's like literally what I just said. Literally what I just said. This is, I'll take these 2 extra cards as part of your overall energy. The 3 of Swords and the Judgment card, number 20 of the Major Arcana. The 3 of Swords is the toughest card in the tarot. And it talks about heartache and heartbreak. You can see here in this panda's back, it's a book. It's like putting an end to that chapter, or thinking about the narrative, the memory, and the pain of that, the anxiousness, the uneasiness of that. We all go through the 3 of Swords. All of us do. So this has already happened. But you're looking back on it, right? You're looking back on it. And the Judgment card, to clarify it, making a judgment call, answering the call of Spirit to help you align yourself to your path. This memory is part of your path. This core memory. Spirit just said core wound. This core wound or core memory is literally, this is kind of trumpet or trombone or whatever, the word instrumental. This core memory is instrumental to your path. But it's up to you whether or not you're going to go on the adventure. That's very powerful. What is in the past energy? 9 and 10 of Pentacles. Well, one thing I will say for you, Leo, in your past energy, I don't want to be like you were rolling in the dough, but there's been a big concern with the material world. Pentacles in the tarot is all about earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And these, like, there's so many pentacles here. It kind of shows me that, like, there's got to be finances involved in this somewhere. But I feel as though there's like an up-leveling here, that you graduated from the 9 to the 10. So we're just up-leveling our situation in the material world. Now, it doesn't just have to involve finances. It could involve people. Think of all of these pentacles as people. You're growing your community. You're growing your professional network. You're growing your family. Whatever it is, it feels extremely abundant in the past energy. Can I have a clarifier for the 9 and 10 of Pentacles? Queen of Cups, beautiful. Cancer energy. Queen of Cups is, well, in this picture depicts like a mothering energy, but super loving, super giving. Her cup is divine feminine. Her cup is overflowing. It's so full that she is able to drink from her own cup and then give love freely to others. And even though this is a water energy, Leos are really known for that kind of, when they love hard. They love with all of themselves. That's what Leos do. When they trust and they love, it's like, let me give you the shirt off my back. That's how Leos are. At least the Leos in my life. But the trust has to be there. Right? Because if the trust is not there, then you get the lion. You get the fierceness. But there's this beautiful, I mean, this is spectacular energy. Right? So, thank you, Spirit. It's this sense, right, that things have finally slotted into place, had finally slotted into place for you. And that you're doing something that gives you a sense of satisfaction. It gives you a sense of purpose. Money doesn't hurt the situation, but this card here is the kind of crux of the past energy for me. Because whatever it is, we can make a whole lot of money and be completely miserable. But how you're situating your livelihood speaks to your passions and your creativity and your heart space. It's nurturing, feels very nurturing. What's going on in the present tense, though, however? The Justice card in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Now, in the present tense, and perhaps that's why you're looking at this core memory going back. There is some strife. Justice card in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. The Justice card is Major Arcana number 11, representing Libra energy. Libra talks about balance, karmic balance, retribution, making amends. Can also talk about legal situations, contracts, agreements. Knight of Cups in the upright talks about authenticity and expression and offer of an authentic nature. The Cups is, right, water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. These two cards are in reverse for you in the present moment. So there could be some court case that you're dealing with, or some injustice, some unfairness, where somebody did not represent themselves authentically, and it's causing some strife. You could be like looking back and thinking, oh, where were the red flags, right? That could be your line of thinking. It's a possibility. Three of Cups to clarify that. Well, the Three of Cups can represent a celebration, people clinking glasses. Maybe an offer was made at a party, or there was some event where there was intoxication, revelry. Kind of what I'm feeling with this energy is that, because it's clarifying these two cards, what I'm feeling with this is that whoever you are in perhaps conflict with right now, they used to be a friend. They used to be a friend. I don't know that they're a friend any longer. I'm going to get one more. Yeah, Two of Cups. Could be a divine partner, a twin soul for some. Somebody that you love. Two and Three of Cups. There's lots of succession cards that are happening in your reading. 9 and 10 of Pentacles, 2 and 3 of Cups. It's rare. You would think it'd be more common, but it's not. At least not for me, not for my readings. Take it as a synchronicity. This sense that whatever strife, it doesn't have to necessarily be a court case, but there's karma happening. I mean, look, that one panda has his foot in the other panda's face. They're not seeing things eye to eye. They're not seeing things the same. There's discrepancy. And then there could be some argument as to what was the message that was delivered. And this looking back to the past, painfully reminiscing on the good times when we were close, when we were celebrating with our friends. What happened to that? Future potential, though, looks a little brighter. 4 of Swords in the reverse. And the Chariot, number 7 in the Major Arcana, Cancer energy. That's 2 cards of Cancer. Could be dealing with a Cancer, have Cancer placements in your chart. The Chariot card talks about victory. So, whatever is happening, you are going to come out the victor. But it's kind of at what cost, right? We can win, we can be the winner, but at what cost? And Spirit wanted me to say that. 4 of Swords talks about, 4 of Swords in the reverse talks about lifting out of this stagnant energy, this resting period. 4 of Swords comes after the 3. We can see here in this depiction, we see the book here being kind of stabbed by the swords. And then in the 4, the book is now kind of in spirit. It's this sense that it's this guiding force, but it's no longer a direct part of our lives, but it might influence how we move forward from now on. When this card is in reverse, we're lifting out of a hermiting phase. We might have retreated for a while because of our pain to try and make sense of things. And now we're just kind of making our re-debut. I don't know what the word is for that. We're coming back out onto the scene, and we're doing it with a lot of gusto, a lot of energy backing us up. Chariot is fast moving. The charioteer has a mastery over the light and the dark aspects, the shadow aspects, right? Looking at all your triggers and your fears and just piling ahead. Can I get a clarifier on the Chariot and the 4 of Swords in reverse? Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Even though you're experiencing a victory, maybe you don't necessarily feel quite like yourself anymore. Queen of Pentacles is similar to the Queen of Cups. Not the same, but similar. We can see here both are represented by parental figures, little cubs, panda cubs, right? This assistance, this learning, maturing. Queen of Pentacles is abundant, beautiful, giving, generous. So what this has taught you, this situation, I'm not going to be as generous as I used to be, whether with my finances, my resources, my ideas, my heart. I can't. There's too much love lost over here. We're not going to see eye to eye anytime soon. And so the revelation that I've discovered in this period of healing, perhaps in looking back is that I'm up for the adventure. I'm up for moving ahead. But I'm going to be really discerning about who and what I offer my time, energy, effort, resources to. Not just going to give it away freely. Or, well, Spirit said, or from the kindness of my heart. And we have to, let's rein it back in for a moment, Leo, if we can. You don't want to be cynical. Cynicism is just, for me personally, cynicism is a very dangerous thing. If we look at the world through cynical eyes, then it's just like everybody's out to hurt us. And you want to be really careful, or whatever the situation was, that it doesn't blight out every good-hearted, generous portion of your heart. Because not everybody is out to get us, and not everybody is, like, there's some people that really truly come from an authentic space and a loving space. And you have to do your best. I mean, it's hard. We do our best to keep our hearts open for those people. So yes, we can be discerning, but don't close off to the people that really just want to help, want to love you, want to be your friend with no expectation in return. There are people like that. Right, and advice from Spirit here. The Lovers and the Seven of Swords. Remember when I told you about there's a lot of progression cards? There was 9 and 10 of Pentacles, 2 and 3 of Cups, 6 and 7 in the major arcana. So you could be seeing a lot of progressive numbers, like on license plates or flyers or in receipts, like 1, 2, 3, 4s, like progressive numbers. Take it as a sign from Spirit. Right? They're speaking to you. The Lover's card, number 6 in the major arcana, Gemini energy, talks about divine partnership, but it can also talk about choice. And the 7 of Swords, Swords energy, air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The 7 of Swords talks about trying to gain the advantage without making it obvious. Because we know that we've been affronted in some way. And so now we're going to play a little bit of the long game. We're not going to draw a lot of attention to ourselves, but we're going to make sure that everything is under lock. Like we're protecting ourselves. It feels a little defensive and protective, even though the 7 of Wands is more the defensive card. This is more about strategy, but I still feel it there. So it's like I can see you kind of protecting and your approach to anything that comes in the future that even smells of love or friendship. There's always gonna be this. It's your prerogative, right? But there's some like deep exploration that Spirit is asking you to do right now. And to remember that the hand of the divine has been with you every moment of your life. It's tough. It's tough to know that they were there in the toughest moments, and it feels like they didn't do anything, and yet you're still standing. You're still here, and in some senses, you're thriving. And yes, it could have been your own diligence and hard work. However, let's try to give props to our ancestors and to our angels and to our community that helped us along the way. We don't live in a vacuum, right? So that's your reading, Leo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.